What's up, guys? It's Benny. Absolutely nothing makes sense in the Trump hotel bombing. Something is horribly off. Something is wrong here. We've reported on this channel, and we feel like it's a duty to, I suppose, correct the record at this point, that this guy may have disliked Trump. That perhaps he was working for Ukraine or with Ukraine or something like that. But ladies and gentlemen, now new details have emerged that show that the individual who blew up a vehicle in what we thought was a rather sophisticated manner, and obviously a deadly manner here in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, that this individual was someone who was trying to send a message, who really hated, who despised Donald Trump. Maybe his girlfriend was connected or something like that. He had bad connections against the president. His girlfriend didn't like Trump. His girlfriend's a Trump hater, so on and so forth. Well, now, lo and behold, his family members are speaking out, and the family of the accused Trump hotel truck bomber, Matthew Leivensberger, says that he was a big Trump supporter. What? Questions on the incident are very, very strange. The uncle of Leivensberger told The Independent that he is confused by the explosion because his nephew could rig a bomb that would blow up half the hotel if he really wanted to do damage. Well, this stands to be correct because, as we've detailed before, this individual is a very highly trained, very sophisticated military operator. He's somebody who had some of the highest clearances, somebody who's obviously had a massive pedigree inside of the U.S. Army, 20 years in the U.S. Army. Special Intelligence Operations, Special Forces Operations Manager, Remote Autonomous Systems Manager. So this is a person who, definitely could have gotten the intel and the information to make a bomb go boom, right? It's very strange. It is really like there was a message being sent here, but it continues, ladies and gentlemen. Get a load of this. He used to have all this patriotic stuff on Facebook. He was 100% loving this country. This is why he stayed in the military so long. Because of Trump. This is according to the family member, so I mean, it's somewhat anecdotal, right? But this is what the family members are saying. He loved Trump. He was always very, very patriotic soldier. He's a patriotic American. He's one of the reasons why the Special Forces, why he was in the Special Forces for so many years. It wasn't just the tour of duty. Apparently, this guy was a massive Trump fan. What's going on here? Matt was very skilled. Matt's the name of Matt Leivensberger is the name of the individual who drove the Cybertruck up to the front of the Trump Hotel there in Vegas and detonated the Cybertruck. Matt was a very skilled warrior, and he would be able to make it if it was him, and he did this. He would have been able to make a more sophisticated explosive than using a propane tank and camper fuel, which is actually what the reporting shows. And we'll play you that news clip in just a second. Some of it does not make sense. When he had the skills and the ability to make something more, let's just say efficient, his skills were enormous from what he'd been taught in the military. He had done 20 years in some of the highest echelons of the military. He could have fashioned a bomb that would have obliterated half of that hotel if he really wanted to hurt others. Here's now new security footage of him rolling up to the Trump Hotel. What's going on here? Now, there's more reports that Leivensberger shot himself with his own firearm, his own handgun, before this detonated. What's that about? What's going on there? The man who blew up the Cybertruck in front of the Trump Tower had a gunshot wound to the head before the explosive detonated. The Las Vegas officials say that Matthew Leivensberger shot himself before the bomb detonated, and the individual had sustained gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found just feet inside the vehicle. So this is all of the reporting. I don't know what to make of it. Apparently, according to the guy's family, he was a Trump fan. He had shot himself before the vehicle detonated, and he could have made a much more sophisticated bomb if he actually wanted to do some damage, which does stand to reason if you go to the guy's pedigree. So what the hell is going on here? I don't know. None of it adds up. It's all very strange. Is this even the individual that was inside the car? I mean, I don't even know at this point. They say that his body was burned beyond recognition, but they were able to find his passports and stuff. I'll play you all of the information that we know right now, okay? Here we go. Let's go for it. Here's all the information that we know currently, according to news reports, as we're trying to piece all of this together. It's insane. It's insane. It just doesn't add up.
You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there. So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. We then have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the sands. You see that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. There's some additional investigative updates that are going to be provided to you by a couple of the other speakers here. So as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle. Obviously, in how we're trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence to include he rented the Turo vehicle. There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body. That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person. As well as, the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas, and in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case. Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit. Again, something else that remains under investigation. And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles. As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army. He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group.